Hey, oh man, it's been so much in terms of combat sports to talk about, but I really just want to focus on this Gervonta Davis and Garcia fight. I want to say congratulations to Gervonta, and I also want to say congratulations to Ryan Garcia for talking himself into and self promoting to get himself up to this level. You know what I mean? And I want to say congratulations to his parents for being there for him and helping him to get to that level. He was clearly outboxed, but I think for me the huge takeaway here, and there's so much to take away from this fight, is the difference between coachability. I get the feeling that Ryan is not very coachable. And the reason why I get that is because a lot of fundamental mistakes were made by him, and it didn't seem to be corrected by his corner. And his corner, being Goosen, would have definitely been able to give him the chops that he needed to prepare for a lefty, and also prepare for a lot of the tactics that were employed. His footwork was way off. He stayed in position to get hit. His jab was nullified. His height was nullified. And it was nullified without Tank being glued to his chest. Tank moved in and out at will, and you could see that the things that he was doing were things that he's worked on either all his life, or he had prepared specifically for this fight. Extending his lead hand out and keeping it in Ryan's face, and Ryan allowing him to measure like that, and put his lead hand on Ryan's lead hand until he decides to move, until Gervonta decides to move over and over and over again. That is not indicative of an experienced fighter, and that's not something that the corner should have let Gervonta get away with. But when Gervonta, the thing about it was, when Ryan would extend his jab, and Gervonta had already set the distance, Gervonta knew that he could move back 2 inches and the jab wasn't going to touch him, without Ryan overextending. He could move over, either direction. And it's a numbers game. As you continue to do that, it's only certain amount of time that you get caught. You're going to get hit, because everybody is making, microscopic adjustments as the fight goes on. It's not clear that Ryan was making those adjustments, but by allowing Tank to put that measured lead arm out there and to block your vision and to stop you from being able to make the jab, now you done cut your odds of hitting him with your lead hand down tremendously, and hitting him with any follow-up that you throw. So you're going to throw 2 punches. You're going to throw, even if you just push off with the lead hand, then throw the right, then come back with the left hook, and you saw that combination over and over and over again, you already 2 punches behind, and he was able to dip underneath just about every left hook that was thrown. When Ryan did touch him, he touched him with the right, and his right is not as polished a punch. I didn't see anything that indicated to me that Ryan even was a big puncher in respects to Tank's chin. So, and the whole fight just kind of went that way. Tank's fast twitch from waist up is faster than Ryan's jab, and that's saying something. That's really saying something. His fast twitch muscle response from his waist up is faster than his opponent's jab. That's tremendous, just tremendous talent. But I was not surprised when Coach Calvin came out and said, I think it was Coach Kenny, who came out and said that all the things that were displayed in the fight were the things that they had been working on, prior to the fight. Prior to ever booking the fight, and also things specific to the fight, because it's obvious to me, from Tank's demeanor, from the people who know him, who give an account of him, and from his seriousness, that he is coachable. He's coachable. And that is huge, man. A lot of times talent causes a person to not be coachable. But evidently that is not the case with Tank, and that makes those other two eyes, those other two coaches, the trainers, that makes their eyes actually become fists, actually become feet, in the ring, because they can see things that you can't see, and then as time goes on, when there's a student that is that good of a student, first chair student, they can see things even that the trainer can't see. But in the case of Ryan, people have said, previously he was with Canelo's trainer. He said, hey man, he's not serious. He's not coachable. Joe Goosen kind of said something similar, a little bit more diplomatic, but he's pretty much said the same thing. And I think that hurt him big in this fight, assuming that the preparation could have been there. Now let's go to all these issues with De La Hoya and deserting him and whatnot. To me, the proof is in the pudding, man. It's exactly what it looks like. And the deal with De La Hoya coming out and saying that he had death threats and all that, I see all this BS. I see him basically as self-snitching, from the setup of trying to say that Tank's people didn't believe in him. That was actually projection. To me, I don't feel like he believed in Ryan. I don't think he didn't really want Ryan to take that fight in the first place. And Ryan insisted upon it, but Ryan made everybody a lot of money, man. He really did. He made everybody a lot of money, and I personally had my misgivings about the fight even being in Vegas, because I feel like Tank is underpaid for his star power. But 1 point, whatever it was, 1 or 1.4 million pay-per-view buys kind of makes up for it, and Ryan made Golden Boy a bunch of money, and you had no damn business not being there for him. If you death threaded your ass to the fight, you death threaded your ass through the fight, you can death thread your ass after the fight and stand with your your fighter. But the difference between Bernard Hopkins and Golden Boy is that that's exactly how Golden Boy had been treated. But Bernard, on the other hand, came up in the school of hard knocks, and there's certain things Bernard has sense enough not to say. He ain't gonna help nobody build a case against him, whether it is, a credible case or not. But Golden Boy has been used to, De La Hoya been used to getting away with things and being able to give the most weakest excuses, and people accept them and whatnot. And so basically he self-snitches on himself, and he says foolishness, straight up, bro. You was traumatized by the whole thing because, once again, you did not beat the Mayweather train, rolled over you. Your man lost on a body shot. But look, you made a bunch of bucks, bro, so it should be all good. Anyway,